This is the preview for the Shipyard Old Port Half Marathon. It happens on Saturday morning, and nice course here. The wind will be a factor at times. Let's check it out. Let's get a look at the course coming on in Old Port here. You start out on 4th Street, and then very quickly you head up to Danforth Street, which is going to be a gradual uphill. You know, a lot of your elevation in the first part of this course is in this first couple of miles as you climb up into these neighborhoods in the West End. Now, for the most part, you should be blocked a little bit from the wind by, as you can see, all of the houses around and the trees around. So you're not real exposed to the wind as you wind through these neighborhoods that basically takes you through the first 5K of this race. Then you come downhill as you go along the Western Prom and then onto West Commercial Street here. And then it's pancake flat for a while as you're running along the water there on West Commercial Street. Now, at this point, you'll have somewhat of a crosswind, maybe even a headwind, with a slight turn to the left onto Commercial Street, in about 4 or 5 miles in right now, running by the piers, by the wharfs. And again, that wind, you're a little more exposed to it at this point as you continue heading basically in a northeasterly direction, coming around Fish Point right here. There is a slight bit of elevation as you head by through the Eastern Promenade area. You're going across the bridge after about 7 miles and run around Back Cove. You will catch somewhat of a tailwind at this point as you come around Back Cove and get that wind that's coming in out of the northwest after about 9 miles. That should be more or less at your back for miles 9 to 10. 10 to 11, at times it's a crosswind, and then 11 to 12, or about 12 and a half, it is more of a tailwind. Still pretty flat at this point. There is one more hill that comes up for you at about 10 and a half miles after you have passed by getting out of the Cove area, 10 and a half miles to 11, right in there. And then it's pretty much flat as you get back onto 4th Street and hopefully have a fast finish in the last mile. See this right-hand turn coming up right here, which will bring you after mile 12 onto 4th Street, right back towards Old Port, and hopefully a pretty fast time. You know, the weather does look very good for the racers on Saturday as far as humidity and temperature goes. There should be a blend of clouds and sunshine. Again, the wind really the only issue, and at times you're going to feel that as a headwind, but I think most of the time it is going to be a crosswind, and especially early in the race, those houses and trees that are around and buildings in general in the Old Port area should help to block that wind. Hope you have a great race on Saturday morning.